Hi, we are students from DST Group 1, study in TARUMT PG Branch. I'm Uni and today me and my teammate Teoh would like to present about our assignment for AACS2034, Fundamentals of Computer Network. So let me start from introduction. For this assignment, it consists of two buildings with distance of 100 meters in New Millennials University. We employed various types of end device, and approximately the number of end devices used in our network design is 24. So the intermediary devices such as router and switch also used to connect the network and end devices. The transmission media are copper cable and wires. Network address is 10.0.0.0.0/8, which is a class A address scheme. The largest number of hosts is 2,160 hosts. Subnets is 4,096. The default subnet mask is 255.0.0.0. Meanwhile, the custom subnet mask is 255.255.240.0. In location A, it consists of 4 floors, which are: third floor has Chancellery Department, Grocery and Administration Department. Second floor has Marketing Department. First floor has International and Local Admission Department. Ground floor has Student Affairs Department. Next, location B consists of 3 faculties, which are Faculty of Information and Technology, Faculty of Business and Language Studies, Faculty of Health and Medical Science. Next is network design. The configuration commands we use are same for both switch and routers. So enable is used to enter the privileged EXEC mode. Config T is enter the configuration mode. Hostname is used to change the hostname of the devices. Line console 0 is to enter the line configuration mode. Password CLA33 is set plain password when enter the console line. Then we exit from the line configuration mode. Continue with line TTY015, which is used to configure settings for virtual terminal lines used for remote console access to the device over network using protocols. Password CLA33 also used to set passwords for the virtual terminal lines. Login to require password checking during login. Next is exit. Exit the line configuration mode and continue with enable password to set plain password when enable command is used. Enable secret AACS2034 is used to set the encrypted password when enable command is used. Service password encryption can make all the passwords in a device are encrypted. Banner MOTD is used to display message when logged on to the switch through the console port. INT VLAN 1 is used to enter the interface configuration VLAN mode. IP address bracket IPv4 address bracket subnet mask is used to assign IPv4 address and subnet mask to an interface on switch and router. No shutdown is used to enable an interface. It is used in interface configuration mode. By default, the switch ports in switch are shut down. IP default gateway bracket IPv4 address is used to configure the default gateway for switch. Exit to exit to the previous mode. Copy run start is to save current configuration to NVLAN as a backup. This is our overall network topology. As you can see in location A, we have labeled the departments in different colors at different floors. Same as the location B, we also use different color to differentiate different faculties. So in our network topology, we have used the copper strip tool to connect the switch to router and switch to end device. We also use the copper crossover to connect switch to switch. Wireless is used in Chancellery Department, and we use access point to connect to the laptop.
Hi, my name is Teoh and I'm a Diploma in Information Technology Group 1 student from Tunku Abdul Rahman University of Management and Technology. Now I will continue with the addressing design of our network. To decide the custom subnet mask of the subnet, first we need to calculate the host number of each subnet. The table shows the original host number required by each department. As from the scenario stated that consider number of addresses needed for 35% growth in all areas. The formula shown is how we calculate the desired number of hosts for each area. It's using the original host number multiplied with 135% to get the host number needed for 35% growth. Using the sensory as the example, we are using the original host number 1600 to multiply with 135% to get the host number after 35% growth, which is 2160 hosts. And here the table shows host number of 35% growth in each area. After getting the host number, we continue with calculate the custom subnet mask. We need to separate the subnet by using the network address 10.0.0.0. We are using the largest number of hosts, which is 2160 hosts for sanctuary, to get the minimum number of hosts required for the subnet. 12-bit host portion that provide 4096 IP addresses will only be enough to provide sufficient IP address. After minus with network address and broadcast address, 4094 IP address is left to be assigned as a usable IP address. After getting the bit need in host portion, we use original bit in host portion, which is 24 minus 12 to get the bit borrowed by the network portion to form the subnet. And from that, we can come up the custom subnet mask 255.255.240.0. We starting assign the IP address to each subnet after calculating custom subnet mask. We will first calculate the network address for the subnet. For example, the sanctuary will have 10.0.0.0 as the network address. Then the first usable address is the next bit after the network address, which is 10.0.0.1. For the broadcast address, it will be the last bit of the subnet, which is 10.0/15.255, and the last usable address is 10.0/15.254. By using this way, we can continue to get all the address range for each subnet as shown in the table. And this table shows the subnet information for each faculty, which is Faculty of Information and Technology, Faculty of Business and Language Studies, and Faculty of Health and Medical Science. Move to the next step. Using sanctuary as example, the host number has included all the addresses required for the subnet. The formula shown in screen is used to calculate the accurate number of switch required for this subnet. First, using 2160 to minus 3, which are router address, network address, and broadcast address to get the usable host number, which is 2157. And then, we will calculate the maximum switch number that required for these n devices by using 2157 divided by 24 and setting it, then we can get 90 as switch required. And 19 switches will provide the number of 2160 ports. After that, we calculate the minimum n devices by using 2157 usable address minus 90 switches and get 2067 n devices. And then, we will check if the port provider is wasted by using the 2160 ports minus 2067 n devices. Then we can get there are 93 ports are wasted and these ports are from 3 switches. These 3 will be deducted from switch number and add back to n device, and we can know that this subnet have 87 switches and 2070 n devices. After calculating the devices number, we will fill in the device type table for each subnet and assign the IP address range. The type of n devices we use is PC, laptop, and printer. This table is for Marketing Department and Student Affairs Department. And this table showing the device type information for the International and Local Admission Department and Faculty of Information and Technology. Next, this table shows the device type information for Faculty of Business and Language Studies and Faculty of Health and Medical Science. Next, we will come to the addressing table. For our network design, we use only one router named Router 0 to connect the subnets. Each gigabit Ethernet interface is given the IP address and the same subnet mask. And this slide shows the table with centralized switches addressing information. The default gateway for the switches is the IP address of the router interface they connect to, and all the devices having the same subnet mask, which is 255.255.240.0. Devices of sanctuary connect to the centralized switch S1 to link to router. The default gateway of the devices in sanctuary is 10.0.0.1. For each type of the n devices IP address, we assign the first IP address within the address range assigned for each type of device. And the next slide shows the assign of IP address for device in Bursary and Administration Department. And this is the addressing information for the International and Local Admission Department. For the Marketing Department and Student Affairs Department, as both departments share the same subnet, this department will have the centralized switch in which the switch of departments will connect in order to be linked with router. Devices in both departments having same default gateway, which is 10.0.32.1. The table shows now is for Marketing Department. And this is the addressing information for the Student Affairs Department. And next, this is the addressing information for the Faculty of Information and Technology. And this is the addressing information for Faculty of Business and Language Studies. This is the addressing information for the Faculty of Health and Medical Science. And lastly, I will show the network design, device, and IP configuration using Packet Tracer application. We will go through two types of pin connectivity, which is the communication of the devices under same subnet and the communication of devices under the different subnet. Now we will go to the Packet Tracer application. And now you can see this is our network design. I will show the configurations of the router, switch and the device in the subnet. First, we go to router. Click on the CLI tab, and we can see this is the banner MOTD message prompt when the user trying to log in. Now we enter the password. After successfully enter, we enter the enable command to enter the privileged user exit mode. And now I will showing the current configuration of the router 0 using the command show run. And here you can see the router has the host name router 0, and this is the encrypted password for user to enter the privileged exit mode. And here show the IP address and subnet mask assigned to each gigabit Ethernet. And now we can see that this is the encrypted password for the line console 0. And now we're trying to see the configuration for the switch. Enter the enable command to enter the privileged exit mode. After enter, using the same command show run to show the current configuration. This will be the encrypted password for the user exit mode and the user privileged exit mode. And this is the host name for this switch, which is S2. And here we can see that this switch has been assigned IP address 10.0.16.2 and the subnet mask 255.255.240.0. And this is the default gateway set. After that, we will call to PC1 to see the configuration on this device. Open the desktop tab and the IP configuration. You can see that this desktop has been assigned 10.0.16.79 as the IP address and the same subnet mask as the switch and router. And the default gateway is the same as the switch is connected to. And now we are trying to use this device to ping with the default gateway, which is 10.0.16.1. We open the desktop tab and the command prompt and enter ping, the IP address of the default gateway. And we can see that this message shows the successful in ping connectivity. And then we will continue to ping with the device in the same subnet, which is laptop 1. As you can see, the laptop 1 having 10.0.19.149 as the IP address. Now we go back to the PC1 command prompt and enter ping, the IP address of laptop 1 10.0.19.149. Now you can see that we have successfully pinged to the device in the same subnet. Next, we're trying to ping to device in different subnet, which is laptop 5. The laptop 5 having the IP address 10.0.64.27. Now we're back to the command prompt of PC1 and enter ping, the IP address of laptop 5 10.0.64.27. Enter. It shows the successful in ping with the device in different network. And that's all from us. Hope you enjoy our video.